Okay, hello, Jimena. Thank you for joining us today, and I appreciate it. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to give a little bit of an introduction to our audience on who you are. And I gathered this off your Facebook page and your website. So this is Jimena Bayan. And Jimena lives in Lima, Peru, and I had to be careful saying that because in Ohio we pronounce it Lima, but it is Lima, Peru. And she wants
Yes.
Reston, Virginia. So she speaks both English and Spanish, and she caters to an audience that speaks both Spanish and English. So Jimene's business is the Body Love Coach. And if you go to her website, you can read her inspiring story about her recovery from traumatic childhood experiences and how this inspired her coaching business. So Jimena helps women and men create a loving and healthy relationship with themselves. And they do this by focusing on their bodies and mindset. But right now, today, Jimena is going to focus on sharing her experience of developing a strategy for working with audiences that speak two different languages. So, Jimena, could you share with us your journey in developing your strategy for marketing and social media for two different audiences?
Yes. Okay. Well, first, hi and hi everybody to the group. Thank you to hope me here. And well, it has been like a long journey about the language and how to combine in my business. At the beginning, because I lived first in Peru. Well, now I'm back here. But at the beginning, I built my own business, and it was like a in-person business here, and I have my clients. And then when I decided to move to US, and when I was there, it was like, okay, what am I going to do here? Nobody knows me. So I was started to, and also my English in that time, I felt it was like, if someone see my videos from the beginning and right now, it's like a big difference. But at the beginning, I said, okay, I need to do this. I need to try this online thing. So it was like exploring, and it's like my idea was, okay, I have some clients from Peru, but I want to go to the English community. So because I felt that as I was living in US, there was more possibilities, not only with US, but to the world, because I said, okay, it's when I was living in Peru, I never thought to do coaching through different countries in the world. So at the beginning, it was studying and checking and being more confident also in English, because sometimes I now know that a lot of people can resonate with this. It's no, my English is not perfect. No, I need to, I can't do this. So at the beginning, it was okay, let's do it. If I'm going to wait until my English is perfect, I'm going to until waiting and waiting. So I start to connect with different Facebook group, practicing, and then I started to focus in English. No, it's the beginning was that focus in English, because I felt that was the thing that I needed to overcome, no, and to improve it. So it was going on Facebook group, connected to different communities, and started to share my story and also what I do in English. And I was so focused on English.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in US 3 years and a half, I'm more or less. And I was also doing I was working with people here in Peru, in Spanish, but my focus was just English. And then when I was I started to connect with some people in English, from Canada, from Australia, so and from US. But some years then, and also a lot of people tell you just focus on one language, no? Mm-hmm. And in that moment, I feel as an entrepreneur, we start we connect, we learn, we try, okay, this is working, how I feel it, no? Mm-hmm. So when I came back to Peru, that was like almost 3 years ago, I said, okay, I am going to continue focusing English and in all the thing that I have been growing. But also, like, I think like 1 year or 2 years ago, I started like to see that there's a lot of people, Latino community, that I wasn't like being aware of that, because I was like in a way like not giving them like the importance, no? Mm-hmm. Because when I was like, okay, there's like a lot of people from not only from Peru but from South America that were like connected with my vision, the body positive, for example, no, that I am like so connected with that. And in English, it has like a big thing, body positive. But in Spanish, I feel that there are not like so many people. So I realized that, okay, I am not like serving these people that are there for me. So then I start like to combine. And I think that is like the moment that it begins to become like more natural. Mm-hmm. It's like combining English and Spanish. Also, I saw like some entrepreneurs, because I forget it, but because like, I don't know, like 3 years ago, I did a lot of work because I have a Facebook group in English, a Facebook group in Spanish. I have a page in English, a page in Spanish. I have a YouTube channel in English, a YouTube channel in Spanish. That I think also YouTube work to have like different channels, mm-hmm. But it was like a lot of work for me. So it was like in one moment I felt that it was like too much work for me, and that wasn't serving me, no. Okay. So I decided to flow with what I was feeling, and then it was that I started to do this, that I talk in English and then talk in Spanish and then talk in English, and at the beginning I felt I don't know the people how it's going to react, but the reaction was great. People said, "Oh, it's so flowing. I understand you. I love to listen sometimes to different languages." And a lot of Latinos speak English, so also that is like something that is in my favor in a way. Mm-hmm. And right now I combine it. I combine the both language, but I know that my Latino community has grown a lot. So I am like doing like more Spanish than English, because I think it's also important like to check your people, to check how many people are watching you, how many people are like you are serving, so you can give them the value that is there, right? Mm-hmm.
Right. So you found that it was better to consolidate and have both languages in one Facebook page and Facebook group, because dividing it up takes so much time, and that your audience was just as pleased and just as happy and actually appreciated that. And I've noticed on your Facebook that translations of your material will occur. When you write something, a translation comes up. Is that automatic, or do you have to do something to create that?
It's like an option. When you have like a Facebook page, you have like an option to translate to different languages. So you can put it on your settings on the Facebook page. But I prefer like the thing that I have been doing lately is like every post, I put it like a US flag, and I put it like the text in English, and the Peruvian flag, and I put the text in Spanish, because I prefer like to have my own translation, because sometimes I feel that Google does this translation, but it's not so well.
Okay. So for you, it's you feel like it's more accurate to go ahead and do your own translating and just type it out in both?
Yeah.
Okay.
I prefer that. Sometimes then, for example, I just write one post or it's something like little short and I am doing, and I know that Google is also translating. And also, for example, if there is like a person that is from Russia and checking my web, the Facebook is going to translate the post to Russian to that person.
Oh.
So it's like right now they're like we have that available on Facebook.
Okay, okay. So that makes it a lot easier for people who are catering to multiple languages.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. I guess you really did address the advantages that you found working with both audiences, because both of them appreciate you. You have ties to both English and Spanish speaking audience. Plus, it really enhanced your reach because, I mean, people speak Spanish in many places in the world along with English. So that really extended your reach in the world, didn't it?
Yes, and there's like the Latino community is huge. And I wasn't addressing that. I was like so focused on English, and that was good because sometimes right now that I am like doing more Spanish, sometimes I think, and all the work that I have been doing, it's like it doesn't like work anymore. But it's not. It's not because it's like for example, the moment that I started to do in Spanish more was there's an app that is for meditation that is Insight Timer. So they check my meditation videos on YouTube, and they were looking for meditators in Spanish because they say like the competition in English was so big, and they say you can do meditation in English in Insight Timer, but there is like a lot of competition. But we are looking for Spanish meditators. So I said, oh, okay, that's great. And then I started like to do it, and the engagement that I saw about those meditations were great because Insight Timer I think has 6 million people, right? And yeah, and it's like I was like that thing is like give me like some answer. I said, oh, this is a big community because when I was thinking, okay, Peru, but there's like Spanish people around the world, and it's a huge community. So, and also I felt, for example, now I can speak in English and I feel like super comfortable. But of course, that when I am speaking in my native language, I feel it like more like I flow more, right?
So that's wonderful. So by doing your meditations in Spanish, you were able to identify yourself. I'm not using the term that I want to find, but you were able to offer something that other people aren't offering, and actually found a special niche. So doing what you do best actually gave you a reach that other people weren't able to attain.
Yes, and also, for example, I feel it that through my community or through Facebook or through social media, it was difficult for me to connect with people like from Spain or from other countries that I felt that they weren't on my community or on my closet social media. But through, for example, Insight Timer, I felt okay. I had like lots of comments from Spain, lots of comments from different countries that I said, oh wow. So I felt that it was like bigger and connected, and also offering something that they don't have it, or we don't have like too much, right?
Right. Right. Wonderful. So what would be your biggest piece of advice for people who are struggling with appealing to or communicating to people who are in two different languages? Do you have any special advice you'd give them?
Yes, I think that when we are like working online, it's like we have like too much pressure of other people that say you should do this, no, you should do that. And I felt that in my own journey, it was like discovering what I think as entrepreneurs, as we have like lots of struggles and lots of stress and lots of things that we need to do, it's super important like we feel connected first to ourselves. Okay, I am comfortable in this, I feel connected with this, and from there I think we can share with the people in a way that is more authentic to us.
Okay.
So first I will say that like to be comfortable and be aligned with how you are offering. For me, it was a great, because at the beginning, for example, was super difficult for me um, to combine English and Spanish. I tried it like some years ago, and for me it was super difficult. But as has been like practicing. Right now it's super easy, like to start to speak in English and then translate to Spanish and then translate to English. And I have been doing like with the practice. I can do it like in the first day. No, it was super difficult for me. So I think it's really important like to first like to listen to your gut, first connect with that, and start to do it in a way that feels good for you. And also like how you are going to serve those people. Because sometimes we wanted to do it all. Like I need to have 2 pages, I need to have 2 Facebook group, and sometimes we can burn it out.
Right.
So it's really important like to feel aligned with that, and also create systems that can help you. For example, now the translation that we have right now on Facebook, or the way that if you wanted to focus more in a community or in the other community. So I think that that will be also my first advice will be that like to feel really aligned and don't overwork yourself, because we have like so many things to do, and also it needs to be first first with what do you need, and then to offer that value to the people, right?
Okay. Yeah. So what I'm hearing you say is be authentic, be true to yourself, and don't try to do what other people tell you to do or what you think you need to do. Don't try to be all things to all people. Be yourself, be authentic, and keep your focus narrowed. You can always expand from there, but start out where you're most comfortable and let it build from there, so you don't become overwhelmed and just then not be able to keep up with it all.
And also, for example, when you focus on, for example, right now that you start like to build more your brand in one language, and then other people from other languages is will going to come, and from there maybe you can start like to do it more things in both languages. But it's like the combination, no, of, for example, yeah, a lot of people told me like one language, and I was like really stubborn in a way that no, I am not going to do it. I want to do it both.
Yeah.
And right now I feel that yeah, it's like I have found like this way that is like serving better my business. But also there are like the people in other language come to me, and maybe yeah, as a consequence they come and they feel connected in English and in Spanish now, and it is in a way that I feel that is like more comfortable for me.
Okay, so you followed your heart, which told you do both languages, and then you found the way that worked for you, which was to do it on one site where both languages are there.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, awesome. Well, I thank you very much. And, I think people would be interested in your business. So I'm going to go ahead and post your Facebook link in the comments, and also your website in the comments, so that people can learn more about you and what you're doing. And, I really appreciate what you're doing. And maybe you can explain a little bit more, because I know you're also doing yoga classes online and all of that. So do you mind if we just take a moment to have you share what it is that you are doing?
Yes, of course. And well, yes, I am like doing yoga online, and the approach that I use yoga, it's like I combine it because my focus is self-love, is body positive, and is the relationship with our bodies. That is connected, no? But because I feel that a lot of people like see yoga as like a physical thing, no? And for me, it's like the yoga gives me like the discipline that I can connect with me, connect with my body, but also connect with my mind, connect with my conversation, connect with the relationship that I am building with me. It's like a personal journey. So that is my approach to yoga. That's why I do like yoga or yoga dance, no? Because I combine through the body and from the body, and we can start like to build that relationship. So I do yoga. For example, my brand is Jimena, the Body Love Coach, and I am like doing these classes that is Jimena, the Body Love Yoga. So it's like a space to connect with you, and a space to create that pause, to listen to yourself, but also like to release anxiety, to release the stress, and also build that relationship. So I am since June, I am going to start to do my yoga dance classes and also my traditional yoga classes that are going to be through Zoom. Yes. And it's the thing that I do. For example, I combine yoga classes and also with coaching. So we can work with our mind, what is happening with us, and also the yoga class. That is not only postures. There are pranayama, there is meditation, there is movement, because it's a combination.
Okay. So you use yoga as a way to not only the fitness aspect, but the mind-body connection, and really use that as part of learning to connect and love yourself. Plus, you also have meditation, other movements, other coaching things that you do to help people to learn to become one with themselves, so to speak, and learn to love who they are.
Yes, exactly. Because, for example, since my journey, it was also like healing through the body. So the body has like a lot of wisdom. And when we connect through the body, we can heal. And from there, we can change our beliefs. But my approach is always like first the body and then the mind. They're connected. But sometimes I think that people are a lot of focus in mind. But I think that the body can give us a lot of wisdom and allow us to heal. And from there, we can change things, mindset. But I think my my approach is first the body.
Well, that's fascinating. If they go to your Facebook page, they can find the link to this program starting in June.
Yes. I just uploaded the post like promoting the yoga classes that are going to begin, and I'm going to do some in English and some in Spanish, because in teaching it's like it needs like to be combined in different spaces.
Okay, perfect. So we'll give them those links. So I believe that's all the questions I have. Is there anything more you'd like to say, Jimena?
I think that for the thing about the language is like something that I have shared, like to find your own way that is aligned with you, because people, something that happened to me when I was started, and I felt like my English was terrible. I remember that I was in a Facebook group that all the people in the Facebook group also, there were like English speakers, but we were like practicing to start to do video. Because it was like the time when people started to do video, and it was not like that like right now, but I remember when I did like my first English video, it was inside this Facebook group. And I remember that the feedback that I received was super beautiful because they say, we connect to your heart.
Okay.
It's like, because for me was like, oh, I am doing a lot of pause. I don't know what word it's going to say. I have like freezing. And they say, no, you speak through your heart. We feel it. So I think that that is really important. Like language, there are words, and of course they are important, but we connect with the person. So when the people that are like beginning to combine the language feel connect with you, because from here people are going to feel you.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to connect with you. They're going to meet you, no?
Right.
And there's more than words. That is something that I can say to offer to your community.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you. Because they perceive our energy. I mean, that's a huge part of who we are, not only our physical being, but our energy. And so your experience,
Yes.
the language wasn't as important as the authenticity and heart with which you spoke, and that's what people perceive.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. That was very valuable. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Janet.
You're welcome. I'm so happy you joined me today. Thank you so much. It's always
No, thank you for the invitation, and also because I feel that I was there and this was like the typical question that I have, and I never saw like someone saying or talking about that. And I think that right now, as we are like a global community, and there are a lot of people that talk so many languages. So I think it's great that I would love that I have like a video that I can see and I can feel that connected with what I was like struggling in that moment. So thank you, and thank you to your community.
okay. Well, great. So I will talk to you later, and I will be posting this today. So again, thank you so much.